Hello, I'm doing a movie review, and the movie I want to review is the 1968 science fiction classic Planet of the Apes, which I have on this DVD set with Rise of the Planet of the Apes, but this review is of course on the original Planet of the Apes. Now, Planet of the Apes came out in 1968, and the film is based on a French novel of the same name. Now, I never read the novel that this movie is based on, but apparently this movie is actually radically different from the original novel. Now, the screenplay for the movie is written by Michael Wilson and Rod Serling. Now, Rod Serling, most people would probably know as the man who created The Twilight Zone. Now, the film stars Charlton Heston as the lead character, and it also stars Roddy McDowall, Kim Hunter, and James Whitmore. Now, the basic plot line of Planet of the Apes is it's about these astronauts who crash land on what appears to be an alien planet ruled over by intelligent apes, and on this planet, humans are pretty much unintelligent animals that are ruled over by the apes. But, of course, there's a lot more to the movie than just that, because in the movie, the lead astronaut, a man named Taylor, played by Charlton Heston, ends up getting shot in the neck by one of the apes, and because of this, he can't talk throughout the first quarter of the movie, so he ends up getting lumped together with all the other unintelligent humans, but he ends up falling under the care of these two chimpanzees named Zira and Cornelius, who realize that he's actually quite intelligent, and he ends up writing notes to them, explaining to them that he's from another planet, but of course they don't believe him that he's from another planet, but they're still amazed that he's able to communicate with them. And Zira and Cornelius have this theory that there might be some kind of evolutionary link between humans and apes, but of course the orangutans, who are essentially the heads of society on this planet, cannot accept that because it goes against their religion. And when they find out that Taylor is intelligent, things only get worse for Taylor. Now, one thing that I really like about this movie is it has a premise which could have been a B-movie, but it manages to take what could have been a B-movie premise and it creates a very thought-provoking and actually a very intelligent science fiction movie with a lot of political and social commentary in it. Now, in the film, the Ape Society is very much a metaphor for human society, and they even have social classes. Like, the orangutans are essentially the heads of society, and then you have the gorillas, who are soldiers, and then you have the chimpanzees, who are even lower on the social scale. And throughout the movie, you can definitely tell that the chimpanzees and even the gorillas are not viewed as equals by the orangutans. And the film also has a lot of commentary on the whole science versus religion debate. Like, in the film, Zira and Cornelius have this whole theory that apes and humans have an evolutionary link, which of course the orangutans can't accept because, according to them, it goes against their religion. So the film definitely has a lot of commentary on, the whole evolution versus creationism debate, and and it's actually kind of hilarious if you watch the movie just how bigoted the orangutans actually are, but it's also kind of frightening because that's how a lot of people in society even today are. So the film has a lot of political and social commentary on society in general. Now, the film does have a twist ending, which I'm not going to give away in this review. However, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video now already knows the twist ending, because the twist ending that this movie has is one of the most famous twist endings in movie history, and it's one of those twist endings that everybody knows, even if you haven't seen the movie. But just for the sake of not giving away any spoilers, I'm not going to give away the twist ending in this particular review. However, when I review the sequels to this movie, I kind of will have no choice but to give away the twist ending, but in this particular review, I'm not going to be giving it away. However, some DVD cases of this movie actually show the twist ending right on the cover, and I even have this movie on VHS, and the VHS cover even has that twist ending right on it. Like I said, it's one of those twist endings that everybody knows, but the ending of this movie is a very Twilight Zone-esque kind of ending, which isn't surprising considering the film is co-written by Rod Serling, who was the creator of the Twilight Zone, so it's not surprising that the ending of this movie is a very Twilight Zone-like ending. Now, when this movie came out, I don't think the filmmakers were expecting this movie to be as big of a hit as it actually was, but the film ended up becoming one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made, and it's considered not just to be one of the greatest science fiction movies ever made, it's considered to be one of the greatest movies of all time, and the film spawned 4 sequels and even a TV series. Now, I remember seeing, like, one episode of the TV series. I think it was the Sci-Fi Channel had a rerun of it, but I've never seen the whole thing of the TV series, so I don't know if the TV series is actually considered to be canon with the whole Planet of the Apes continuity, or if it's kind of just set in its own continuity, but I know there was also an animated Planet of the Apes series, and in 2001 there was the Tim Burton remake of Planet of the Apes, and then in 2011 there was the film Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which was essentially a prequel slash reboot to the Planet of the Apes franchise, and now they're coming out with the new Planet of the Apes movie, Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, which is a sequel to Rise of the Planet of the Apes, and I'm going to be reviewing all the sequels, and it seems like this is something I'm going to be doing every summer. Like, it seems like every summer I review all the films of different science fiction franchises. Like, 2 years ago I reviewed all the Godzilla movies, and last summer I reviewed all the Star Trek movies, so now I'm going to be reviewing all the Planet of the Apes films, so stay tuned for my reviews on the sequels, and bye.